The first thing I did after becoming a zombie was scour the area for baby formula and diapers. All because I had taken in a human infant girl, and every zombie laughed at me like I was an idiot. But what none of them knew was that this little baby was actually the reincarnation of the human empress. In her past life, she had fought across countless battlefields and survived more near-death situations than anyone could count. She had slain countless powerful enemies from other races, only to be killed during her tribulation by the Insect Queen. Now she had been reborn 50 years back to the early days of the apocalypse, except this time as a baby. As for me, I had just crossed into this world when I got jumped by zombies and ended up turning into one myself. Thankfully, I kept my human consciousness and survived a whole month off frozen meat I found in store refrigerators. Now the meat in the fridges was starting to rot, and sure, zombies eat rotten flesh. But there was no way my human mind could accept that, so I had no choice. I disguised myself as a regular zombie and went out scavenging for food, and just as I entered a house heading for the kitchen, I suddenly heard a baby crying from the next room, so I pried open the bedroom door and found a cozy, warm room that was a stark contrast to the bloody mess in the living room, and on the bed was a baby girl about 6 or 7 months old, wailing her lungs out. It must have been her parents who in their final moments locked the bedroom door to protect their child, and at that same moment, Lily Yun felt her heart sink completely. She had fought so hard to be reborn, only for the first face she saw to be a zombie instead of her parents. She had already gone without food for so long, and the shock on top of that was too much. Overwhelmed by fear and hunger, Lily passed out cold, and when I looked at this tiny little thing, I was honestly surprised even at just 5 or 6 months old. Her eyes carried this look of sorrow and helplessness, and something about it hit me hard. Both of us had somehow ended up in this world without a clue, and had the bad luck of landing smack in the middle of an apocalypse. And this tiny new life that had suddenly appeared in front of me felt like a light in the darkness, giving me a new sense of purpose, so I decided to take her in. But I quickly realized the little one seemed to have passed out from hunger, and the formula can in the room was empty. I decided to go out and find some formula, so I shut the bedroom door and locked the little one safely inside, then shoved a cabinet up against it to keep any zombies from getting in. After turning up nothing useful in the kitchen, I had to head upstairs to search. The third-floor hallway was covered in dried, dark brown bloodstains with unidentifiable chunks of debris on the floor. Even with the unit door open, the smell of rot was overwhelming. There were even a few mangled zombies lurking in the hallway, but I was used to it by now. I went straight to looting apartments, but after raiding several kitchens in a row, I still found no formula, only a small amount of meat that had not fully gone bad. It was not until I searched a unit on the 5th floor that I found a woman who had turned, and her child had already been devoured. If the little one had not been locked in that bedroom, she probably would have met the same fate, but luckily, I found 2 sealed cans of formula in the kitchen, along with a couple pounds of meat that had not spoiled yet. In a daze, Lily felt the warm, milky taste filling her mouth, and like pure instinct, she swallowed it in, and after getting some energy back, she slowly forced her eyes open, only to find herself lying there while a zombie was spoon-feeding her milk like some kind of wet nurse. In every memory she had from her past life, zombies were nothing but bloodthirsty monsters, and she herself had once put down zombified comrades. Could it be that this zombie is fattening me up to eat me later? I had no idea what was going through the little one's mind. I was just relieved to see her open her eyes again. But because she had not eaten in so long after I finished 1 bowl of formula, she still was not full, and in that moment, I forgot I was a zombie. I tried to say something, but what came out was a low growl, so I shut my mouth, turned around silently, and mixed 3 more bowls of formula before she was finally satisfied, and I felt just how tough raising a kid really was. I realized I would need to stock up on a lot more formula going forward since sealed formula lasts a long time, so at least I did not have to worry about it going bad once Lily was fed and happy. She lay back contentedly in the crib and found the whole situation completely absurd. The energy coming off this zombie in front of her was obvious. It was clearly a freshly turned, low-level tier 1 zombie with barely any power, and a zombie at that level should not be capable of rational thought. Yet she could not make any sense of what was happening. But as someone who had survived countless life or death crises, Lily gradually calmed herself down, and even though fear still lingered in her heart, she figured that even if the zombie did want to eat her, at least she would die on a full stomach. So she stopped worrying, and the tension built up from days of starvation and terror finally melted away completely, and Lily drifted off into a deep sleep. I looked at the little one sleeping and could not help but smile. It was the first time I had ever felt something peaceful and beautiful, but leaving a months-old baby here alone would be a death sentence, so I decided to take her with me. This was an old 7-story residential building, and the 2nd floor was not safe at all. The top floor on the 7th would be more secure, and maybe because the complex was so run down, there were not that many zombies around, but the ones that were there were starving. There was no way I was walking around with the little one out in the open, so I grabbed a crowbar and popped their heads from behind, clearing out the zombies along the way, and after getting the little one settled, I took a shower and changed into a clean set of clothes. Aside from the gnarly wound, I looked pretty much like a normal person at that point. But the best part was that I found a pretty complete set of baby supplies in the apartment, probably left behind when a family fled in a panic after the outbreak. And maybe because I had been so active lately, my limbs, which had been stiff ever since I turned